In terms of the number of books I managed to read in 2018, this was not in any way, shape, or form my best reading year ever, but I still managed to read some books that have really stuck with me that I absolutely adored and that now I want to share with all of you. Hey WordNerds, happy Tuesday! So this is my last Reader's Nook video of the year, and following in the tradition of just liking lists, I wanted to share with all of you some of my favorite books that I read this year, because there were some really great ones that I'm sure I will be rereading until the end of time, and if any of you haven't checked those out yet, I kinda think you should. First up is Herding Cats by Sarah Anderson. This is the third in her comics collection series. I've read all of them, but this was by far my favorite. It had so many great comics about working from home and being creative and just life as an awkward person. It made me laugh with every single page flip, and I absolutely recommend these comics to anyone who hasn't checked them out yet because they are just perfect for people. Next up is The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Kowal. This is an adult alternate history sci-fi series where a meteorite hits DC sometime in the 50s and accelerates the space exploration program because Earth has experienced an extinction level event and we need to flee the planet and find somewhere else to settle. So basically, with all of the racial and gender dynamics going on in the 50s and 60s, people are also trying to get to space, and the main character would really like to be a lady astronaut. She is a computer. Basically, she is doing all sorts of math for NASA and helping the space program that way, but really wants to be able to see the stars for herself. It is just a positive, uplifting, feminist, awesome story, and I really loved it. I listened to the audiobook, which was actually narrated by the author. I've already picked up the second one, and the series has already been expanded to include 2 more books down the road, so I am super excited to stick with this series through the end and hope you will all do the same. Because I had less time for books in 2018, I did try to read more graphic novels and discovered a few new awesome series that way, but the one that most stands out to me at the end of the year is The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Volume 1 is called Squirrel Power. It is a Marvel Universe story about a girl in college who also has the ability to communicate with and maybe kind of be a squirrel. I don't even remember, but it was such an uplifting and positive story. It was really funny. It was very much my kind of superhero, and that all of the answers didn't come down to violence and punching the bad guys in the face. It was just super optimistic all around, and I fully intend to keep reading this series for as long as they make them. On the YA contemporary front, the book that absolutely stood out to me this year was Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This is a YA contemporary story, kind of about family, kind of about romance. Basically, the main character's whole family is getting together for this big wedding, but there's all sorts of other things going on behind the scenes that the character doesn't necessarily know about, and she just wants everyone to be happy and everything to go well. And of course, it doesn't always, and there is also a cute boy and just lots of great family dynamics and fantastic writing. It was a bigger book, I think, but I flew through it. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're looking for something to pull you out of a reading slump or just kind of something light and nice, this is the way to go. And finally, looking over my Goodreads list for the year, the other book that really stands out to me, really 2 books, are the poetry books by Amanda Lovelace, the first one being The Princess Saves Herself in This One. I'm not really a big reader of poetry at all, ever. It's not my thing, but I'd heard so many great things about these poetry collections, so I checked them out, and I'm so glad I did. They were really deep and dark and feminist and wonderful, and there was just so much going on every level. I'm sure I missed a lot of the nuance, because like I said, poetry's not my thing. But I absolutely recommend these books, especially if you're looking to explore poetry a little bit more or just need something epically feminist to get you through the weekend or the end of the year or whatever. Read them. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been a fantastic year for books, and I can't wait to see what is out there in 2019. In the meantime, stay safe, keep reading, let me know in the comments if you have any recommendations, and I will see you all next time.